I've been volunteering 15 years.
Wow.
My joy has been with patients and their families.
And what kind of volunteering do you do then? So,
Companion and respite.
I'm really happy with it, too. I've been a companion, vigil volunteer. I'm volunteering now with a patient, and I've done transportation and running some errands, working in the office some. And I've been at the care center more recently, so I enjoy that a lot.
And can you explain the care center?
That is where patients are usually actively dying, but sometimes they're for respite or for a longer period of time if they don't have appropriate care at home or need some kind of supervision with medications. They can be there for a longer period.
At the hospital.
At the hospital, yeah. So they have their own nursing staff and aides that really understand the end-of-life process, which is quite different than the trying to cure everything process that they have in the rest of the hospital. Yes, when I started with hospice, I first thought it was going to be just for the patients, even though I knew we were there to help the families, especially the respite, to be able to give them a break or give them some support. But even on the care center, sometimes it's really the families. They haven't really processed what's going on because it's kind of happened quickly, even though they kind of knew this was coming sooner or later. So sometimes we'll find someone that won't eat or sleep or drink anything, and just by sitting there and asking them how they're doing, then they start to realize that, oh, I might be hungry. Or,
Yeah, absolutely.
oh, yes, I'll
absolutely.
take a juice if you bring me that, but I'm not leaving her side, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
you think you're not doing anything sometimes, but
Exactly.
it's important.
That peaceful presence has been a part of my 24 hours since I've been a part of hospice. I've learned so much about how to listen on a different level, in a different way, not only with the patients and the families, but my own family and my friends or anyone around me. I know how now what significance that is for everybody around me.
I agree. I've worked some with the grief services side. I hadn't really mentioned that, but in that case, I just mentioned that to somebody, and the woman burst into tears and said, I'm not doing so well. And it was something like 11:15 at night, and I had to be somewhere the next day, and I just checked the time, and I go, I think we're going to go with it. So I found a couple of chairs in the lobby where we were, and we talked for the next 45 minutes. Well, she talked. And because of the listening skills that I've learned with hospice, I was able to listen and get some feedback and not have to fix it. I think it was just rewarding for her to have somebody who could listen without being judgmental, because she had a couple sisters that were getting tired of hearing her sob story, she said. It is amazing how these skills we've learned at hospice affect all the other parts of our life so much. I have a different view everywhere I go, and I'm looking for people, signs of people that are maybe not just hurting, but are not engaged in what's going on, and just kind of being available, being there. If they want to say something, then fine. I remember when I first came, I went to a luncheon almost right away that was an appreciation lunch, and I met a half a dozen people there, and I go, this is the group I want to be a part of, because they're growing and learning and reaching out. So
Sometimes is not always easy, and sometimes I'm confused, but there's a team around me continually there. And I don't know of anybody that I have found more value than from the team.
well, I've really enjoyed talking with you about all of this, and just, I'm never disappointed. Every time I talk with a volunteer, I get great stories, and I learn something, and I'm learning from you today.
And you know what I have learned about the volunteers? There's not two of us alike.
True.
We're all different.
Really
But
different.
so important to what's going on around us.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad we were invited to be here, and I'm glad we got teamed up. It's great to see you again.
Thank you.